なんだか楽しそうだね。どうぞ、好きなところに座って。
Don't know.
お邪魔します。
As I picked the seat cushion to sit down on, Isuzu pulled out the bag with the gift Sumugu had gotten her.
一体何が入ってるんですか？この重さと伝言から予想はつくけどね。そうなんですか？
Is that better? No, it's not better. Just don't say it. What Isuzu pulled out was a plastic Tupperware container. Inside was something yellow. Piss.
もしかしてレモンですか？
Oh, never mind.
そうだよ。レモンの蜂蜜漬け。あ、私それ知ってます。スポーツするとき体にいいんですよね。うん。クエン酸の効果で疲労回復が促進されるんだよ。
Why did it have to be lemons, though? The neatly sliced lemons jiggled around inside the plastic container. It seemed Tsumugu had prepared them out of concern for her well-being.
懐かしいな。つむちゃんが陸上を始めたとき、私が差し入れでよく持って行ったんだよね。あれ、陸上ってつむぐさんが先に始めたんですか？そうだよ。私はつむちゃんの走る姿を見て陸上を始めたんだ。
Isuzu's face filled with a melancholy that was far removed from her usual liveliness.
これ以上の話を聞くからには私も覚悟を決めないといけませんね。
Am I piss flavored? Don't ask. I'm definitely going to bring the two of them together. Once again, I strengthened my resolve.
いすずさん、聞いてもいいですか？二人に何があったのでしょう？
What do you mean by whom?
ちょっと前の話になるんだけどね。私も陸上を始めたけど、タイムが縮まらなくて悩んでた。そんな時助けてくれたのがつむちゃんだったの。
You think you can manage another lap, Isuzu?
大丈夫だけど、つむちゃんは？自分の練習だけじゃなくて私の自主練にまで付き合ってくれて疲れてない？
This is nothing. I can handle it. I love running after all, and doing it with you just makes it all the more fun.
つむちゃん。
Why is it what? Come on, let's go another round. Why, like, she speaks and then like it's the bar is like halfway through after she's finished speaking. Okay, that was like a quarter.
いすずさんの練習に付き合ってくれるなんて素敵ですね。そうだね。つむちゃんはすごく優しいの。結果が出ない時は励ましてくれたし、走り方のアドバイスもしてくれた。放課後も夜もずっと一緒だったんだ。
A gentle, nostalgic look crossed the Caesar's face. The two of them must have had a very strong bond.
なんだか恥ずかしいな。いえ、二人の思い出を教えてくれてありがとうございます。私、すごく感動しちゃいました。
The two of them were great friends after all. I felt a bit of relief.
でも、だけどね。
Bye bye.
ある時、 事故は起きたんだ。
Bruh.
つむちゃん、どうしたの？
Isuzu. Wa.
つむちゃん、つむちゃん。
His leg fell off.
聞いたこともない声だった。とにかく顧問の先生を呼ばなきゃと思って周りの人たちにお願いして、そしてすぐつむちゃんは救急車で運ばれたの。救急車ですか？うん、すごい痛みで学園では応急処置で精一杯だったの。そんな。
They had been so happy together. How could this have happened? I couldn't find the words to say to Isuzu.
次の日、私はつむちゃんの病室に行ったの。顧問の先生から日頃のハードワークが原因の怪我って聞いて、私目の前が真っ暗になって。だけどね、それ以上に悲しいことがあったの。兄さん、大丈夫ですか？
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I'm doing fine. I just hurt my leg is all.
ちょっとって、包帯がぐるぐる巻きじゃないですか。
A bit is all.
治るんですよね。
Of course. I'll need to do some physical therapy, but with a bit of effort, I'll be back on my feet in no time.
よかったです。じゃあ部活にも復帰できるんですよね。
That's
兄さん、どうしたんですか？リハビリすれば陸上を続けられるんですよね。
no. I don't think that's going to be possible.
どういうことですか？
I tore a really important muscle in my leg, you see. I'll be able to walk again with some therapy, but I won't be able to run again like I used to. Doctor said it was unlikely I'd be able to compete ever again.
つむちゃん、ごめんね。ごめんね。
Isuzu looked at the floor, but kept speaking.
その後、つむちゃんは私にも陸上は続けられないことを説明してくれた。だけどね、私はそれが受け入れられなかったの。だから少し強引に誘って2人で走ってみたんだけど、つむちゃん足を痛そうにしてた。すごく辛そうな表情だったの。そうですか。
Tsumugu had probably endured it as best he could in order to spare Isuzu's feelings.
それでね、私は気づいたんだ。私が甘えたから、結果を出せなかったから、つむちゃんに怪我をさせたんだって。
This must be the root of their misunderstanding. Back when I was in the club, Isuzu and I were always spending time together too. That's because we were childhood friends, though, and because she was like my training partner.
パートナーですか。素敵ですね。
Either way, it was a lot of fun discussing my training diet with her, running together. But maybe because we spent so much time like that, once I left the club, I didn't really know what to talk about with her anymore.
なるほど。
My injury was my own fault, and I'm happy to see Suzu still doing her best too. So there's no reason she should feel guilty about anything. I just know that you've lost that connection. I just know, it's just now that we've lost that connection between us, I feel like we don't really know what sort of distance to maintain with each other.
でもどうにかしたいんですよね。いすずさんのお名前をラブノートに書いたということはそういうことですよね。
Well, yeah. Portsmugu had said that his injury was his own fault. In all honesty, I'd have liked nothing more than to clear up Isuzu's misunderstanding, but that was a matter between the two of them. I have to control myself.
それをつむぐさんには？ううん、言ってない。もう怪我のことは忘れた方がいいと思ったから。そうですか。
That was incredibly vexing. I couldn't believe a single misunderstanding like this could have caused them to drift so far apart.
でもね、つむちゃんはすごいんだよ。走れなくなって落ち込んだ時期もあったけど、うたちゃんのためにアルバイトを始めたの。だから私も頑張ろうって思ってるんだ。いすずさん。
Her expression was filled with a powerful resolve, but at the same time, I could also see it somewhat twisted and with sorrow.
ただいまです。
Damn. Welcome back. How'd it go?
つむぐさん。
AL? The moment she saw my face, she froze. What was up with her? Hey, what's gotten into you all of a sudden? Who the hell is Tsumugu? Good grief. Look, I don't know what's happened, but you need to calm down. After that, I soothed her until she stopped crying. Thankfully, Uta happened to be in the bath at the moment, so she didn't notice anything. Don't worry about it. Anyway, you're saying that Isuzu blames herself for my injury, right?
はい、そうみたいです。でもつむぐさんはいすずさんのせいで怪我をしたなんて思ってないんですよね。
Of course not. Like I said before, she has no reason to feel guilty about what happened.
そうですよね。安心しました。
Hale let out a sigh of relief. Still, I had no idea Isuzu felt so much regret over my injury. What was I to do about this?
つむぐさんに確認なんですけど、怪我の原因は走りすぎだったんですよね。いすずさんは自分の練習に付き合ってもらったから怪我をしたと思ってるみたいですけど。
Well, I won't deny that it increased my workload, but that wasn't the sole reason. That wasn't the sole cause, by any means. My physical condition, my warm-up routine, my running form, my after practice care, my lack of diligence in maintaining those things, was related to my injury as well. That's why I don't blame her at all. I'd like to tell Isuzu this, but Do you think she'd believe me?
それはわかりませんけど、彼女の考えを変えるのは難しいと思います。いすずさんの覚悟はすごく強いものでした。きっといろいろ悩んで思いを秘めて今も走っているでしょうから。
I see. You're right. It was rather late to say this now, but I'm sorry, Isuzu. I've been hurting this whole time without realizing it. Hurting you this whole time without realizing it.
つむぐさん、これからどうしましょうか。
Worrying about it isn't gonna get us anywhere. So maybe I should just talk to her about it directly. But would that really help? Or would it just hurt her even more? To be honest, I'm not sure.
そうですね。
The two of us racked our brains. When it came down to it, though, there was only one thing that could help us at a time like this. I think it's time to bring out the love note, Ale.
でもこの前は。
No, I just wanted some more time to think back then. But now it's time to move forward. And to do that, I need to use the love note.
つむぐさん。
Smiling widely, Ale pulled out the love note. I quickly wrote down Isuzu's name.
乾いすず、運命度75、受け入れられるようになるまで待とう。
Okay, yeah, but like, when is she going to be ready? Because like, I've got a time limit here, buddy.
少し下がってますね。ごめんなさい。私が余計なことをしたから。
No, this isn't your fault, Ale. This is between me and Isuzu. I'm well aware of that. More importantly, however, wait until she's ready to accept you, huh?
時間が解決してくれるのでしょうか。
If that's the case, how long am I supposed to wait? If it takes longer than the 90 days, I have to own the love note. I can say goodbye to my sex life. That's what I'm saying. Besides, wouldn't that have hurt Isuzu even more? Wouldn't that just hurt Isuzu even more?
確かに期間はわかりませんけど、これがラブノートのアドバイスですから。
I know, but still. Was it really okay to simply wait? Wasn't there something I could do? My head was filled with questions that went unanswered. Just what am I supposed to do? It was now the middle of Golden Week. Even on public holidays, however, my club activities never stopped. After club practice had ended, I continued training by myself on the field.
疲れた。
There were 3 months left until the summer tournament. It felt like a long time, yet no time at all. Still, the coach and everyone in the club is counting on me. I have to do my best. Not to mention Sumu.
最近はあまり話せてないけど、いいタイムが出たら喜んでくれるよね。
To tell the truth, I wanted to get back on speaking terms with him just like before. But ever since I ran away from him before his confession, I had no idea what to do.
エイルちゃんもわざわざ話を聞きに来てくれたけど、何かするつもりなのかな。
Yeah, the plan is to wait for you. If she was, I'd be extremely grateful. Because at this rate, I get the feeling I'd end up avoiding Sumu forever.
本当は自分でどうにかしないといけないんだけどね。
It wasn't right to expect something else to patch up my relationships for me. Still,
ごめんね。私まだつむちゃんが怪我したこと受け入れられてないみたい。
it's been over a year since then, but I still think back to that day every now and again. It pains me a lot whenever it happens.
それでも私は走らないといけないんだよね。
Because it's the only way I can make amends.
私ってばまた一人で落ち込んでる。
Lately, that's all I've been doing. I've been trying to run to take my mind off things, but that's only been increasing the amount of training I've been doing. Maybe I should take a little break.
休むといえば、
I remembered the honey lemons Ale had given me yesterday, along with the message, "Don't push yourself too hard." Had Sumo actually predicted this?
つむちゃんならありえそう。
After all, we used to run together all the time. He probably saw right through me.
つむちゃん、ありがとう。レモンの蜂蜜漬け、美味しかったよ。そのおかげで、今日は調子いいんだ。
Although nobody was around, I found myself talking to the sky. It was embarrassing, but I felt a bit of a weight lift off my chest as well.
やっぱり私、つむちゃんのことが好きなんだ。
I can't believe how embarrassing that was to say.
もう一周走ってこよう。
Began to run again to cool the fire in my cheeks. Since everyone else in the club had already left for the day, I was the only one on the field. There's no need to worry about anyone seeing my blush. Nevertheless, I felt a little lonely. Yeah, because no one else is around.
紡ぐってば今日も考え事？
Yeah, I guess. Just because I've realized how I felt about Isuzu now doesn't mean my thoughts have gotten any clearer. I still had no clue what to do. Oh. I felt like I heard someone's voice just now. Hello, Sankwatts. After seeing Masora's reaction, I realized what was going on. Apparently, Kosaki was hiding in the shadows, stealthily drawing closer. She was mimicking the noise of a noise a ninja might make while sneaking around, but I had to wonder if it actually had any effect. I know you're here, Kosaki.
バレましたか？
No shit, you were making sound. Hello, meow. Stepping timidly out of the shadows of the kitchen, Kosaki walked up toward us.
店長がいた時はうまくいったんですけどね。
You're telling me Kinu was skulking around like that too? And here I thought these two were supposed to be our model workers.
クルルちゃんも紡ぐを心配してきてくれたのかな？はい、そうなんです。佐久間先輩の様子を伺っていると、以前よりもっと深く悩んでいる気がしますね。あ、それは僕も思った。なんだかいすずちゃんの秘密を知ったけど、どうしようか悩んでる感じ？
Are you a psychic or something? That was unnervingly close to the mark.
図星だったみたいですね。 佐久間先輩、もしよかったらクルルたちに相談してくれませんか？
でもそれは紡が。
はい、ですから無理にとは言いません。だけどクルルは佐久間先輩を応援したいんです。
Kosaki. Come to think of it, when Kosaki found out Ale was living with me on the school roof, I promised her I'd keep her in the loop. Despite that, I haven't confided in her at all lately, so she must have thought something was wrong. Perhaps that's why she said she wanted to support me. Thank you, Kosaki.
急に優しい目をしてどうしたんですか？
I was just thinking about how kind the two of you are. I really appreciate it.
じゃあもしかして
There's something I'd like to talk to you guys about. Will you listen to what I have to say?
紡
はい、もちろんです。クルルに任せてください。
僕も相談に乗るよ。話を聞かせてほしいな。
I could always count on these two. I'm lucky to have friends like these.
じゃあ早速と言いたいところだけど、まだ仕事中だし後でかな。
そうですね。お店が終わったら休憩室で待ってますから。
Alright, we'll talk then. Once we had closed up for the day, I made my way to the break room as we had arranged when...
なんか面白そうな匂いを感じたからちゃちゃ入れに来たぞ。
Ah, shit. Kinu insisted with a wide grin on her face. What the fuck is she doing here? I turned to look questioningly at Masora, but he only shrugged in apology. Don't I get any say in this?
あるわけないだろう。ここは私のテリトリーだということを忘れるな。
I don't think you being the boss gives you permission to know about my personal life. Oh, Tsumugu's. When she put it that way, there wasn't much I could say. Still, I suppose I didn't particularly mind Kinu listening in. However, why is Ushido here? Why is Ushido here too?
後輩が悩んでいると聞けば、学園の先輩として相談に乗るのが務めだと思ってね。もしよかったら僕にも話を聞かせてもらえないかな。
Ushido.
店長も後ろ先輩も頼もしいお方ですし、お二人に相談してみるのもありかと思います。それにみんな先輩のことを心配して残ってくださったんですよ。いや、私は心配なんて全く。
店長は少し黙っててください。
だからここにいるみんなの胸を借りるつもりで話してみてください。どんな話でもみんななら受け入れてくれますから。
Thanks, all of you. After that, I recounted to everyone the story of how I'd injured my leg and quit the track club. Then I briefly explained my relationship with Isuzu and the conversation we had the other day.
そっか、いすずちゃんとそんなことが。
Once I'd finished speaking, Masora responded with a complicated expression on his face.
ようやくすると、乾先輩は佐久間先輩の選手生命を奪ってしまったという罪悪感を抱き続けている。一方で佐久間先輩はそれを否定したいけど、向こうは強情になって聞いてくれないと。
それで紡くんはそんな彼女の気持ちを変えるにはどうすればいいかと 悩んでいるわけだね。
Yeah, that's the gist of it. I thank them for consciously summarizing my clumsy words and nodded.
すれ違いというものですね。
きっと僕らが仲介に入っても無駄骨だよね。むしろもっと悪化させちゃう可能性もあるし。
It was true. Lamiel had already tried mediating before us, but that hadn't seemed to do anything do much of anything either. And it wasn't because of Lamiel's airheadedness either. That was simply how stubborn Isuzu was. Maybe there's nothing I can do but wait for Isuzu to change her own mind after all. I'd like to think that there's something else I can do, but I'm just not seeing it.
なあ、紡ぐ。ずっと気になってたんだが、いすずちゃんって陸上部なんだよな。部活中はどんなエッチなユニフォームを着てるんだ？
What are you talking about? It's just a track uniform. What? No. What? No. I wish. What? I didn't say that. This woman never changed, did she?
今の今まで珍しく黙っていたと思ったら、ずっとそんなことを考えてたんですか？
そんなこととはなんだ？紡ぐのつまらん悩みに美少女が関わっているかどうかは、私にとって由々しき問題なんだぞ。
Also, why is Kinu perving on girls again? Bro, in this world, right? They're in second year high school, which means they're still underage. Boring problems.
店長、先輩は今本気で悩んでるんですから。ああ、はいはい、わかったわかった、真面目にやるよ。で、なんだ？要するにお前はその子と仲直りしたいというわけか？
Yeah, I just want to patch things up with her. It's my fault that she feels responsible for what happened to me, so I just want to be able to rid her of that guilt somehow.
Huh?
Suddenly, Kinu fixed me with a terribly cold stare. Huh? Did I say something wrong?
何についてうじうじ悩んでんのかと思ったら、そんなくだらないことを考えていたのか、お前。
I mean, true. Listen, alright, all I'm gonna say is there are some things Tsumugu went through worse problems in the other routes than this one. I don't know why he's confiding in his friends this time instead of any other times. Like, bro, what with the Rinker's route, the stakes were a lot higher. That's all I'm gonna say.
何があいつの抱えているものを取り除いてやりたいだ。かっこつけるのも大概にしろ。
Contrary to a teasing attitude from just a minute ago, Kinu now wore a serious expression on her face.
第一、そう思ってるくらいなら、真っ向からあの子にぶつかっていけばいいじゃないか。
If it was that simple, I would have done that from the start. But like I said, Isuzu's just too stubborn to listen. Even if I talked to her, she...
違うな。話に応じてくれないのは、その子が強情だからじゃない。お前が未熟だからだよ。
No, that's not... Kinu, I think me, as someone who saw what was going through her head, would know that's not the case. Huh?
いすずちゃんの抱えている罪悪感をどうにかすれば仲直りできるなんて軽々しく考えているから、その子は話に応じてくれないんだ。
No, no, that's not... No, what? Never mind.
なあ、いすずがとだらしなくほざいてばっかりいるが、肝心のお前はどうなんだ？
今のお前にいすずちゃんと仲直りできる資格なんてあるのか？相手の方から受け入れてくれるのをただ待っているだけのやつに仲直りする資格なんかない。相手が変わって自分は変わらないなんて不公平にも程があるからな。紡がしていることはつまりそういうことだ。傲慢なんだよ今のお前は。店長、そんな言い方。
No, she's right. Except that the love note told me to wait for her to come to me. Everything I've said up until now really has been arrogant. I've only been thinking about how to get Isuzu to see things my way instead of the other way around.
先輩。
I wanted to alleviate her guilt, convince her she was wrong. But with such a one-sided approach, it was only natural that we couldn't come to a mutual understanding. Arrogant, or when Kinu put it like that, I couldn't deny it. Isuzu wasn't the only one who had to change. I had a responsibility to change as well. What's he doing here? I don't know. But how do I...
つむぐくん、一つ聞いてもいいかな。
Before I could finish, Ushido, who had been silent up until this point, interrupted me.
そもそも君はどうしてそこまで彼女にこだわっているのだろう。
Well, it's simple, okay? Listen, Mr. Love Note, you've seen me write down the names of every character except for two, and the two that I haven't written down are Isuzu and Misora, and Misora doesn't actually have a route. It's just the normal ending. So that's why I'm writing her name down now, because I've already done it for everyone else. Huh?
彼女が今デリケートな状態になっているというのなら、しばらくそっとしておいてあげるのも手だと思う。けれど君は今すぐにでも彼女とのわだかまりを解消したいと思っているんだよね。
Yeah, I wonder why. Ushido, Anju should be the last person to wonder why he wants to resolve it quickly, considering that he's the one who has set a 90-day time limit on Tsumugu finding love, or else his balls will explode.
それはどうして？そんなに焦ってまで彼女にこだわる理由は一体どこにあるんだい？
Why was I in such a rush? Well, because I only had 90 days before the love note. No, that's not it. That was a secondary concern. The love note had originally nothing to do with this. Well, the love note had originally had nothing to do with you. You would have never you would have never dated Isuzu if it wasn't for the love note. The answer was much simpler. The reason I was so fixated on Isuzu, the reason I was in such a hurry to make up with her, was because I love Isuzu. What is his music? We knew this. He was literally going to confess before Isuzu said, no.
先輩。
Damn, that's crazy.
そうかい。
Hearing my answer, Ushida gave me a gentle smile.
そうやって自分の気持ちをはっきりさせておくのは大切なことだよ。正直になって初めて見えてくるものもあるのだから。
その通りだ、アンジュ。紡は少し見栄を張りすぎたな。それで、お前はこれからどうするつもりだ？
I want to go tell Isuzu directly how I feel. Except that the last time you did that, she ran away. But you made me realize something, that I'm not qualified to do that. Realize that I'm not qualified to do that right now. But I think about this whole time. Think about it. This whole time I've been using my injury as an excuse to avoid facing Isuzu myself. Just so she'd run away from me. I've also been running away from her. Except that I can't run away because of my injury. So it was more metaphorical. Meanwhile, Isuzu's running away was more literal. The fact that we started drifting apart wasn't just Isuzu's problem. It was also my problem for being unable to face her all this time. And so first, I need to change myself by running. But this time I won't break my leg. This time I won't burst my muscle. My calf muscle. I need to become the type of guy who can look Isuzu straight in the eyes and speak my mind. Only then can I tell her that I love her.
おお、つむぐかっこいい。
どうやらもう心配いらないみたいだね。
Man, this guy's a loser. I have. Thank you all of you. I turned and gave everyone a deep bow to show them my gratitude.
佐久間先輩、よかったですね。
Well, it was mainly Kinu and Anju who were carrying the conversation. You two weren't doing jack all. Yeah, I'm sorry for worrying you, Kosaki.
いえ、クルルも勉強になりました。相手を変えるためには、まずは自分自身が変わらないといけない。
Yeah, guys, just remember, if you're having problems in a relationship, it's you're the one who needs to change, not them.
その通りかもしれませんね。
That's bad advice, Kururu.
まあ、いくら本人が努力しても相手に響かない場合もあるけどな。
店長、余計なこと言わないでください。
つむぐくん、君の恋応援しているよ。
頑張ってね、つむぐ。
I nodded deeply at their words of encouragement. Hey, do you have a minute? Do you have a minute? As soon as I returned home, I called out to Ale, who hadn't had a shift today.
つむぐさん、急にどうしたんですか？
Actually, I just got a bit of a pep talk from Kinu and the others at work. Thanks to them, I finally decided something.
決めた？何を決めたんです？
I'm going to start running again.
走るって、つむぐさんは怪我が。
I know. When I ran with the Suzu after I left the hospital, I knew my leg wouldn't work the way it used to. But even so, I gave up. Although I hadn't lost the desire to run, I chose to neglect making an effort. And so it was only natural that I stopped being able to run after leaving the hospital. Because I let Isuzu see me like that, our relationship changed as a result. But this time, I want to show her that I can run in front of her.
自分から険しい道を選ぶなんて、つむぐさんはすごいですね。
I don't see it like that. And I don't think of myself as incredible either. I simply want to run for Isuzu's sake. That's all it is.
今のつむぐさん、すごくかっこいいですね。
I wasn't trying to.
はい、わかってます。だったら、私にもつむぐさんのサポートをさせてください。 今度は完璧にこなしてみせますから。
Glad to hear it. In that case, can I ask you for a favor?
任せてください。
A few minutes later, after changing into my training clothes for the first time in a long while, I stepped outside. It's been a long time since I've done any stretching too.
いきなり走って大丈夫なんですか？
this more like this is the first time I've ever done any stretching. I'm just gonna do some light jogging today. I'll be fine. More importantly, you're sure Suzu's already asleep, right?
はい。窓に耳を当ててみましたけど、何も聞こえませんでした。
Thank God. Because if you heard any sounds, I was worried what she was doing in her room. You flew up there to check, right? That must have been pretty surreal. I imagined that it would have. I imagined what it would have been like to see a girl sprouting angel wings peeking through my bedroom window. What kind of cosplay? Burglar? Some kind of cosplaying burglar, perhaps?
ああ、私だって一生懸命なんですからね。
Yeah, I know. Anyway, make sure you keep an eye on her. I'm sure she'd be worried if she saw me suddenly start running again. So let me know if she wakes up. We lived right next door after all, so I had to be careful.
わかりました。それではつむぐさん、気をつけていってらっしゃい。
The secret night runs. Thanks. Why'd you shout it? For the first time in a while, I set off on a jog through the town's nighttime streets. As I ran, the feeling of the evening breeze washing over me felt both pleasant and incredibly nostalgic.
俺のキューピッドがポンコツすぎて怖い。
Oh. A few days later, whenever I had free time, I spent it running.
つむぐ、頑張ってるね。
Masora, Kosaki, what are you doing here?
小泉先輩に話を聞いて様子を見に来ました。体調はどうですか？
Well, my stamina is not what it used to be. That's for sure. It doesn't take long for my legs to get sore too. But I've been taking frequent breaks before I start running again.
そうですか。無理しないでくださいね。
No, if I hurt myself again, it'll all be for nothing after all.
そういえば店長から差し入れだよ。どうやら僕たちみたいにエールちゃんから話を聞いたみたいだね。
Well, that's nice of her. I accepted the plastic bag from Masora. Inside was a sports drink. First their encouragement, now even their charity. I couldn't thank them enough. Thanks, you two. I'll do my best.
応援してる。
It's fucking Calpis.
クルルも応援してますから。
Oh, no. Pocari sweats the sports drink. Everyone was supporting me. Someday, I'd have to find a way to repay them. I'm home.
兄さん、おかえりなさい。もう少しで晩ご飯ですから着替えてきてくださいね。
Alright. I gotta say though, it's pretty extravagant. This is pretty extravagant. In addition to the usual white rice and soup, the table was also lined with high protein, low fat pork and soybean dishes. as well as fruits and yogurt. Bro, you're making me hungry.
今日は特別メニューなんです。兄さん最近とても頑張ってますから、私も応援したくて。
Thanks, Yuta.
いえいえ、ご飯のことなら任せてください。バランスのいい献立を考えておきますね。
That's reassuring to know. I have such a caring sister.
兄さんってば褒めすぎですよ。
After that energizing dinner, I headed out one more time before bed to squeeze in a little more training.
つむぐさん、お疲れ様です。
You too, Lamiel. How's Isuzu doing today?
相変わらずトレーニングに励んでますね。すごい練習量です。
I see. She must be doing a lot of running, huh? I've been having Lamiel keep tabs on Isuzu for me. Apparently, she's been working incredibly hard. She's been working incredibly hard. I couldn't let myself be outdone. I'm going to run for a little while longer as well, so keep an eye on her for me.
はあ、やっぱりまたトレーニングしてくるんですね。
Yeah, is that a problem?
そういうわけじゃないですけど、ちゃんと休んでくださいよ。
I am. Don't worry about me.
まったくもう仕方ないですね。怪我しないように言ってきてください。
I won't. You're starting to sound like my mom or something.
最近ずっと無茶しそうな二人を見守ってますからね。お母さんっぽくもなりますよ。
I thought she was supposed to be an angel of love, not a babysitter. Nevertheless, I gave her a wave of appreciation before setting out on my nighttime run.
俺のキューピッドがポンコツすぎて怖い。
After that, a few more weeks passed. Jesus, it's damn. They're flying past they're flying through the days. Although I called out to Isuzu a couple times, her responses were always the same. I posted the Steam page. You can check. I see. Still, I continued my training without hesitation. Hang on, let me see this. Okay, I'm seeing something. I'm seeing good. It is saying it releases the 26th. So it is the 26th. But, right? When? Because if it releases before I start streaming, then I can stream it the same day. If it releases after I start streaming, then I'll have to wait. You'll have to wait until Monday, right? But it looks interesting. Can't gift it to you yet. No shit, it doesn't exist yet. Then, just before our midterms rolled around, I announced to Ale that I decided to show Isuzu the results of my training.
でも大丈夫ですか？足の具合が悪い時もありますし、もう少し後でもいいんじゃないでしょうか。
That's true. But right now, I feel confident I can show Isuzu I can run.
ふむ、自信ですか？それもトレーニングの成果でしょうか？
You could say that. Training isn't just about running, after all. It's also about reflecting on yourself. And after doing a lot of thinking, I've decided that now's the moment.
なんだかスポコン漫画みたいになってますね。
I guess you're right. Elle and I look at each other and laughed. It is finally was fucking... It was finally time to show off the fruits of my labor. After a bit of anxious waiting, Isuzu came out at last. Yo, Isuzu.
つむちゃんどうしたのその格好。
It's been a while since I've worn these, huh? I haven't worn my training clothes in front of Isuzu ever since that time. She made me run with her after I was discharged from the hospital.
うん、驚いちゃった。何かあったの？
Actually, I was thinking of getting back into running. Bro, just thinking back on the scene of Isuzu trying to get Tsumugi to run after his injury, it hurt so much. I know my injury means I can't move like I used to, but that doesn't mean I don't like running anymore. And yet, I chose to give up on it.
つむちゃん、でも痛いのに無理して走る必要はないんだよ。バイトだって頑張ってるし、そっちに専念してもいいんじゃない？
No, that's something I can only obtain through running, so that's what I'm going to do. Yeah, the only thing he can obtain through running is Isuzu's... I'm not gonna say it.
手には入らないもの？
You know what I mean. Time that I can spend with you, Isuzu. Back then, of course, I ran to improve my time and hopefully place higher at the track and field tournament. But that wasn't the only reason. I also ran because I had so much fun with you. The time we spent together was irreplaceable to me.
そんな、私なんて。
Bro, this is Riz right here.
つむちゃんに怪我をさせちゃったんだよ。ひどいことしちゃったのに。
No, I'm the one responsible for my injury. I tagged along with you during your training sessions because I wanted to. You have no reason to feel responsible for what happened to Suzu.
でも、
You know what? Let's give it a try. If I'm able to run like I used to, you'll stop worrying about my injury, right? Yeah, and guess what? And then he fucking breaks his leg again.
だけど、走るなんて。
Sounding uneasy, Isuzu looked at the ground. I needed to be a little pushy here. Come on, Isuzu. Let's go.
つむちゃん？
I grabbed her hand and set off at a run. At first, I had to drag her along, but Isuzu soon matched her. But Isuzu soon matched her pace with mine. Okay, if the with mine wasn't there, I would be like, what the fuck is he talking about?
つむちゃん、本当に大丈夫なの？
No. I'm fine. I've got this. Let's take our usual route. Bro, why is everyone playing games now? I keep getting notifications.
わかった。
Remembering the pace Isuzu and I used to run at before my injury, I concentrated on moving my legs.
ねえ、つむちゃん、手をつなぎながらだと恥ずかしい。
Right. Fuck you, OBS. Fuck you, ISP. Is it? Doesn't bother me. Died again? No, it didn't.
もう、つむちゃんってば話して。
You say that, but you're not trying to let go. You're not trying to let go either.
だって手をつなぐなんて久しぶりなんだもん。
Come to think of it, you're right. It was something we naturally did when we were kids, but stopped doing it as we grew older.
でもちょっと走りづらいね。
I guess you're right. We can do it later then.
うん。
Seeing Isuzu nod, I let go of her hand. The warmth of her skin disappeared, but the warmth in my chest remained. And the warmth in my pants also remained. Never mind. Alright, we're just getting started. A short while later, we made our way along the road to school and arrived at the park. And you say I'm horny? Hey, I'm not. Alright? I just make horny jokes. Our usual training route consisted of making a lap around the area before returning home. Up until now, I was managing to run at my pre-injury pace. See? I told you I could do this. Fucking trips over and breaks his leg again. Ah, shit.
すごいね。前みたいに走れてるよ。
It's all your fault, Isuzu. If I never started running again, my leg would be completely fine. I mean... How do you feel about Lolly mind breaking the guy? Whatever. Or even more amazing, though, you don't sound out of breath at all. It's almost like she's been running it's almost like she's been doing track and field the entire time you were injured or something.
これぐらい全然余裕だよ。ちゃんと練習してるからね。
It's been ages since we've chatted while running like this. This was really fun. However, just as we were about to exit the park, I felt something strange happening to my body. My leg throbbed with pain, and I couldn't move forward the way I wanted to. Nevertheless, I couldn't let myself slow down. I had to show Isuzu I could do this. Bro, this is why you got injured in the first place. Excuse me?
つむちゃん、もう大丈夫だから、少し休もう。
No, I could keep going. Yeah, okay. I know I shouldn't be pushing myself too far. Yeah, you're right. But Isuzu was right here, next to me. I couldn't let her see me throwing in the towel. You're taking a small break. That doesn't mean you're throwing in the towel. Excuse me? Move, damn you. I desperately moved my legs, trying to maintain my stride. However, suddenly I feel unpleasantly lightheaded. God. Yeah, bro, this is worse. This is worse off for Isuzu. The excuse of a break would have at least let you alleviate some of the pain. Now you've fucking collapsed on the ground because of how much your leg is hurting. Now you make her feel more bad because now she's gonna blame herself for you pushing yourself too hard again. Excuse me? My leg seemed to get tangled up and I collapsed on the ground. Damn it. I screwed up.
怪我してない？大丈夫？すりむいてない？
No, I just tripped, that's all. Isuzu jogged up to me, brushing the dust off my clothes. Though I had fumbled the ball a bit, I couldn't stop now. No matter what it took, I had to finish this route. Sorry. Let's keep going.
でも
Though my legs were still shaky, I stood back up. Steadying my breath, I set my eyes ahead and took a step forward. Or at least, I attempted to.
つむちゃん？
Unable to put any strength into my leg, I fell down again. This is frustrating. I used to be able to run so much more, but...
つむちゃん、十分だよ。
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
私のためにありがとう。だからもう無理しないで。
Isuzu. Sorry, I didn't mean to worry you again.
むちゃん
Huh? Somehow managing to get up, I pulled Isuzu into a hug. The truth is, I already decided to start running again quite a while ago. I've been practicing a lot up until today. It killed my legs, and I felt like giving up more than a few times. But whenever I thought about your face, I managed to keep myself going. By the time I realized it, I was training day and night. While I trained, I had a lot of time to reflect on myself and think about a lot of things. And I realized there's something I've always wanted to tell you. I love you, Isuzu. I've caused you a lot of trouble, but I want to run again, together, with you. And so I want you to reflect on yourself too, Isuzu. I want you to tell me the truth. How do you feel about me?
そんなの決まってるよ。私も好きだってずっと言いたかった。本当は一緒にいたくて話したくて。でも我慢してた。
I know. I'm sorry.
いいの。こうやって言えたんだから。つむちゃん大好きだよ。
I love you too. Once I'd brushed myself up, I stood up.
ねえつむちゃん、家まで歩こう。
It would have been better if it would have been better if he said brushed himself off. I brushed myself off. Yeah, that's probably for the best.
そうじゃないの。この前は私が先に帰っちゃったから。デートをしよう。
Date?
お散歩デート。たまにはゆっくり歩くのもいいかなって。
Yeah, we can go back to that. We can go back to that cake place. You know, in the one that looks like a castle. Isuzu smiled cheerfully. In that case, there's only one thing to do. Sure, but let's do it holding hands. Go back to Isuzu's cake. Okay. It is a date after all. Plus, you seemed really happy about it before, when we were running.
嬉しそうなんて。
Not true.
すごく嬉しい。手つなごう、つむちゃん。
Holding out our hands to each other, we set off at a walk. We ambled leisurely through the neighborhood, talking about nothing in particular. As if all the time we'd spent not speaking to each other had never happened. We chatted animatedly, having a great time. I've never heard animated be used in that way. Isuzu is the clingy type, isn't she? I hope. But all too soon, that time came to an end.
今日は2人でゴールだね。まさかこうしてつむちゃんと手をつないで帰ってくることができるなんて思わなかったよ。
Me neither. But we can do it any time we want from now on.
嬉しい。
Isuzu blushed, flashing me a gentle smile. Seeing her make that expression made it all worthwhile.
なんだかすごく幸せ。つむちゃん、本当にありがとう。
I'm the one who should be thanking you.
つむちゃんが私にしてくれたこと全部が嬉しかった。抱きしめてくれた時は感動しちゃった。
Really?
だってあんな風に抱きしめてくれたのは初めてだったから。
Why did you say castration?
ねえ、もしよかったらまたしてほしいな。
You mean right here?
うん。ちょっと恥ずかしいけどダメかな。
No. Let's do it. Wrapping my hands around her back, I pulled Isuzu's body into mine.
つむちゃんの体あったかいね。
So are you.
そっか、私たち同じだね。
She buried her face in my chest. It tickled a bit, but it was also rather pleasant. For a little while afterward, the two of us remained as we were. Eventually, though. Have we been standing here for a while now? With her face still buried in my chest, Isuzu hadn't moved for some time now, so I decided to take a peek down at her. She's either horny or sleeping. There is no in between. I work at 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. tomorrow. Yikes. Hey, why the heck are you sniffing me?
ごめんね。なんだかつむちゃん、いい匂いがするから。
She's a sniffer? Yeah, I can see that. I do? I'm all sweaty though.
全然大丈夫。
It's the natural pheromones.
もしかして私の方が汗の匂いする？
Sniffer. No, you're fine.
そっか、よかった。
Is it embarrassing though? Is sniffing somebody else?
うん、想像以上に恥ずかしかった。
Inches from my own face, Isuzu's cheeks flushed slightly red. I got the feeling we were doing something incredibly awkward. You don't say. Did you always have such a sharp sense of smell before?
それがさっきまで考えたことなかったんだけど。
Did they have their first time yet? I think so. Oh well, they had their first hate scene like really early into the story. Earlier?
実は抱きしめられた時ドキッとしちゃって。
No, I don't think they did. I think Isuzu's still a virgin.
それからつむちゃんの匂いを意識しちゃうの。
I didn't know how to react to that cute expression she was making while hugging me. I hope she doesn't notice how fast my heart is beating. Or how hard I am. Never mind. Incidentally, how does it make you feel when you, smell me? You said you couldn't help but notice it. I was just wondering what you meant by that.
一番は安心するかな。昔つむちゃんの部屋に行った時を思い出すの。
See. I guess I can understand that.
あとは興奮？
What I tell you, she's either horny or sleeping. Excited?
だって胸がドキドキするし、もっと嗅ぎたくなるんだもん。恥ずかしいとはちょっと違うでしょ？
I guess not, but when I hear the word excitement, I can't help but interpret it in a sexual way. I think that's because she meant it in a sexual way. You're acting pretty bold today.
もしかしたらつむちゃんと恋人になって舞い上がってるのかもしれないね。自分でもよくわからなくなってるもん。
Well, I couldn't say I wasn't overjoyed either to finally be together with Isuzu. I probably wouldn't be able to stop smiling once I got home.
もうつむちゃんに恥ずかしいこと言っちゃったし、もう少しこのままでもいいかな。つむちゃんの匂い嗅がせてほしいの。
Alright. If that's what you want.
嫌じゃなかったらつむちゃんも私の匂い嗅いでもいいよ。
I Smiling mischievously, Isuzu buried her face in my chest once more. Apparently she was just teasing, but maybe I will take her on that offer. Sniffer, sniffer.
つむちゃん
Hang on, do I not have hang on. Bro, I don't have the Sorry, did that tickle?
ちょっとびっくりしただけだから。
Why are you sniffing? Nah. Checking to make sure her face is still buried in my chest. I brought my nose close toward her again. This feeling. The faint tangy smell of her sweat, and the toasty warmth of her body. Finally, the nostalgic scent that reminded me of the way we used to nap and cuddle together. It feels like we've been apart for so long. It wasn't just because of my injury, or that I quit the track club. I realized the simple fact of growing older had put a lot of distance between us. But it makes me pretty happy knowing that we can make up for all that lost time from now on. But for a while, I gazed down at Isuzu, but she still remained motionless in my arms.
つむちゃん
It tickles, but I need to endure it. Until she was satisfied at least. They're being kinky, very. Outside his house too. I continued holding Isuzu, leaning my body into hers.
つむちゃん
Ah!
つむちゃんつむちゃん
How do you even say that? She was hugging me as tightly as she could. Bro, she's wet. Never mind. I felt a soft sensation through my clothes.
スリスリ
Excuse me? It's not the fucking if you press against me like that,
あれなんだか硬いものが
I told you he was hard.
つむちゃん
I can't help it. It's only natural I'd get like this when you glue yourself against me like that.
そうだよね
Isuzu. After a short silence, Isuzu seemed to make up her mind and something and looked up at me.
ねえつむちゃん久しぶりに私の部屋に来ない
I knew they were gonna fuck the same day that they confessed. Your room? You mean
私まだ離れたくないの
captivated by Isuzu's upturned eyes? I nodded.
いらっしゃい
Thanks. Still holding hands with Isuzu, I entered her room.
ねえつむちゃんまだ興奮してる
Yeah, of course. But are you sure about this?
してほしいこの前はできなかったけど今はできるから
This girl, who I'd known since I was little, was coming onto me. And I was gonna never mind. As soon as I became aware of this, my body moved on its own. That was a bit janky. Why is it so laggy? A little forcefully, I stole a kiss from Isuzu's mouth. Although my body stiffened up, at least a bit at first, her body stiffened up a bit at first. She gradually accepted my lips. Dirty for it? Yeah, what do you... I fucking played an error game. What do you expect? Sorry, I couldn't hold back anymore. Bro? What? Swallowing hard. Bro. Tsumugu's not going to be the only one swallowing hard. So Narada began to strip off Isuzu's clothes. Fucking hell. After we'd finished our bath, we returned to Isuzu's room. However, I guess they can just sleep naked. I can't believe we walked back here naked. Stripping off the bath towels we wrapped around our bodies, we quickly got dressed. This is making me kind of nervous for some reason. Although we'd already had sex both here and in the bathroom. Nah! Isuzu was right behind me naked. If I turned around right now, a little peek wouldn't hurt, would it? Slowly I turned my head so that she wouldn't notice. What do you mean? You've already seen each other. Excuse me? However, our eyes met at the same time. But when I lowered my gaze a little, I wonder if there's something meant to be here. Nice. Isuzu was still naked. Her modest yet supple breasts, toned waist, and pussy were completely exposed. Bro, naturally, my lower half began to stiffen after seeing her like this. All ages. Listen, it isn't as bad as Necropara Volume 3, I can tell you that. Ah, shit. Sorry, why are you apologizing? You had sex in her bedroom and the bathroom. Covering my crotch, I hardly turned back around. I couldn't help myself. It's only natural that I'd want to see you naked. I wanted to say something before, but I just gave up. Of course, you're the girl I love after all. Yeah, no way I'm so embarrassed now after, you know, 2 times. I could stare at your body all day. Yeah, I could too. Isuzu felt silent for a moment, but then opened her mouth again. That's... of course. Are you sure? I get to see you naked too. That's what Isuzu's gonna say. I was close enough. Alright. Feeling my heart pounding wildly, I swirled around. I don't know what I'm looking at. I said it before, but you're incredibly pretty. Yeah, I agree. The wall looks pretty nice too. Yeah, this is too embarrassing though. There's no need to force yourself.
それはわかってるけど、私もつむちゃんの裸見たかったから。
You did? Yeah, why do you think she asked for you to be naked too?
だって好きな男の子の裸だもん。やっぱり気になるよ。
Isuzu blushed bright red, darting her eyes up toward my face. God, she was too cute.
お風呂で裸になった時と全然違うね。
Is it? You took off your clothes to have sex, didn't you? Yeah, it's a little weirder being naked in your room.
そうだね。すごく恥ずかしくてドキドキする。
Her face flushed an even deeper color as her gaze traveled downward. Are you looking at my crotch?
そんなことないよ。
Where'd that water come from? Game tomorrow? Nekopara. That said, her eyes were clearly fixed on my lower half. Didn't you already get a good look at it up close in the bath? Bro. She had been sucking on it the whole time while masturbating, after all. Like I said, Tsumugu isn't going to be the only one swallowing hard. Hang on, where is the... I went too far. Wait. Never mind. You can have a good night, Dexter.
だってまた大きくなってるからしたいのかなって。
Of course I want to do it, but are you sure you can handle going so many rounds? I mean, it's your first time and all.
大丈夫。もう全然痛くないよ。
I see. Well, that's a relief. We'd taken a break after we had sex, and I'd still been a little worried.
つむちゃんもたくさん出してくれたけど疲れたりしてない？
I think you have the answer for that when you stare at his lower half. I guess I do feel a little drained, but I've still got energy to spare.
そうみたいだね。
See what I tell you. Don't nod while staring at my dick. Well, I suppose I couldn't blame her.
つむちゃんのあそこって本当に元気なんだね。そのおかげで私自分でも恥ずかしい声いっぱい出ちゃったんだから。
You were super cute though.
もうつむちゃんってば。
I wonder if she's pouting. Mrs.'s face turned even redder. I never knew seeing a naked girl blushing could be this ridiculously adorable.
ねえつむちゃんまたしてくれるんだよね。
Huh? What do you mean?
さっきは勢いでしちゃったけど今日だけじゃないよね。また私とセックスしてくれるのかなって。
But that goes without saying. We're boyfriend and girlfriend now. Of course we're gonna do it. Whenever you feel like doing it, just let me know. In fact, I can't wait to have sex again too.
つむちゃんってば大胆
He is not holding back.
だけどわかったよ。私から誘う時もあると思うからその時はお願いね。
You bet. We both stared at each other for a few moments before bursting into laughter. I can't believe we're actually having this conversation.
つむちゃんと恋人になれたんだって実感するよ。
Hey, Suzu
つむちゃん。
gazed into each other's eyes, and before we knew it, we were both leaning in. Man, I love kissing the air. I hugged her close, pressing my lips against hers. Man, this air tastes pretty good. Though we were both a little nervous, she wrapped her arms around me as well.
裸で抱きついちゃったね。
Yeah, body feels amazingly soft. Especially the feeling of your tits directly against my chest, but he didn't say that part aloud.
もうつむちゃん、あそこで反応しなくていいのに。
You mean harder? It makes you happy though, doesn't it?
嬉しい。つむちゃんが興奮するとドキドキする。
Suzu was naked right before my eyes. Well, not before mine. Just staring up at me. To be perfectly honest, this was already enough to turn me on.
つむちゃんのあそこビクビクしてるよ。
It's kind of embarrassing when you say it out loud. But speaking of which, are your nipples getting kind of hard too?
つむちゃんの意地悪。
It looks like I was right.
でも恥ずかしいのにすごく気持ちいいね。ねえ、もう少しくっついててもいい？
Should we put our clothes on first? We might catch a cold. You've got bed sheets there. You can do it. You can cuddle under the bed sheets.
だけどつむちゃんの体すごくあったかいから。
All right, just a little longer then.
ありがとう、つむちゃん。
We both smiled, still holding each other tight. On my wildest dreams, did I ever think I'd spend a night like this with a Suzu? This would become a day I'd never forget. Fuck! Nah, it's doing this shit again? Oh my fucking god. Bro, it crashed on me.